Let's turn affordable wood beads into beautiful decor that you can easily create this holiday season. Hi Christmas crew, and welcome back to the Cozy Christmas Cottage. If you are new here and you love Christmas, then you have come to the right place. Be sure to subscribe for weekly holiday inspiration. I so much appreciate the Dollar Tree now carries painted wood beads besides just the regular old wood beads. And we're going to turn red and white beads into the cutest snowman candy cane. We're also going to use some wire covered jute that you can find in the floral section at Dollar Tree. And this is just going to help us put this whole ornament together. So easy to do. I did put some tape on the end here, and we're going to twist a white bead, a red bead, a white bead, and a red bead onto our jute first. And then I actually have these cute snowman beads from Hobby Lobby, but if you can't find those, you can find white and black beads at Dollar Tree, and those will work too. You'll just have to draw on all the little details of the snowman. But you'll see here I have a bigger white bead next to another bigger white bead and a third bigger white bead, which are going to be the makings of our snowman. The kit that I got from Hobby Lobby is super affordable, and it comes with this kind of disc bead and then a smaller bead on top, which actually didn't even work. The bead was just too small to go on that jute wire, so I had to get out a Dollar Tree blackwood bead anyway, which worked perfectly. We're going to feed on a few more red and white beads to complete our candy cane. You'll twist under the wire, add a little hot glue on each end, and you are able to use your candy cane snowman. Of course, these look adorable hanging from the branches of your Christmas tree. Such a fun project you can make with kiddos. Very easy, mess-free. These would be great to put on top of packages or just give as gifts too, so hope you give this one a try. Now we're going to make a wood bead Christmas tree using the regular old wood beads from Dollar Tree. You're also going to need a wood slice and also some bamboo skewers. Then it's just as simple as feeding on 10 wood beads onto each one of the 4 bamboo skewers. Once you get your beads on there, take your hot glue and glue the end. That is going to keep the beads from falling off one side. Once that glue has set, then we are going to repeat that on the other side and cut off any excess bamboo skewer off the end. I'm going to use my 10 snips to snip that extra bamboo skewer off the end there. I love these. They went up in price a little bit at Walmart. They're about $6 now, but still super affordable and a great thing to add to your crafting stash so you don't damage your good scissors. We all know we have our prized scissors that we don't want to get messed up. So I will link those 10 snips down below for you. They were perfect for this project and so many more. We're now going to take each one of those sets of beads. We're going to call them bead kebabs. And we're going to start gluing them onto the wood round and then attaching them at the top. At the top of our little teepee, we're going to add one more wood bead, and then of course we need a star on top of our Christmas tree. So I actually was able to find some really pretty intricate wood star cutouts in the crafting section. So we're going to take one of those and hot glue that right onto that extra bead we just glued on. I love the neutral look of this, but of course you could paint this if you wanted to. You could stain it if you wanted to. Depending on the different beads, you could really give this a totally different look. And you could even make different sizes of them and make a cute little set. Now we're going to make an angel, and I wanted the body of the angel or the clothes of the angel to have some texture, so I grabbed one of these canvas framed art pieces from the craft section at Dollar Tree. I'm taking an X-Acto knife and just running it around the inside edge of the wood frame to cut out a piece of that canvas. Now this is very cool. It actually has two sides. We have a white side and more of a cream colored side, so you get to pick and choose here, or even use both if you want. And we're just gonna cut maybe about a 3.5-inch section off of one side. You don't want it too long because we're gonna turn this into the angel's body. So to do that, you are gonna kind of round from the bottom up. Use the side that you just cut off as a template so that you can mimic that same shape on the other side. So here's what it's gonna look like. We're gonna open that up and we're gonna now make the angel's wing. So cut another small strip off of your canvas, fold it in half, cut that in half because we only need half of this section. That way you can make multiple angels out of one canvas. So now we're just gonna cut kind of a crescent moon shape out of this strip of canvas. Now we're going to open up that first shape we cut out, add a little bit of hot glue towards the top, lay the wings down in the hot glue, and next we're going to start twisting up some jute to make a hanger. And we're going to sandwich that on the inside to make the hanger, kind of make it all into one piece. So take the tails, tie a knot in the bottom, and then we're going to add some more hot glue in there. That way we can pull the bottom up to the top and sandwich that loop onto the inside of our angel. And now here's where our wood bead is going to come into play. We are going to take, it's about a 1-inch size wood bead, a little bit bigger than the ones you can get from Dollar Tree. So I will link these down below for you. Super cheap Amazon find. We just put that wood bead right over the loop to make the head of our angel. And this is very simple, basic, and plain. You could dress this up, add some glitter, add a halo. You could add a tassel to the bottom. So many different things you can do with this, but I thought this was such a cute, simple little ornament and it takes no time to make. Now we're going to make a super quick Christmas wreath with the help of a beaded wreath from Dollar Tree. That saves us a lot of time right there, and they're so affordable too. The cheapest you're going to find them anywhere. And then we're going to take a big bunch of greenery. This is from Hobby Lobby, comes with pine cones and everything. Again, it makes it super easy. We're going to cut a couple little branches off there and use a zip tie from Dollar Tree to attach this to the bottom of our wreath. There is a little connector there that is just metal, so you want to put your zip tie there to cover that up. Next, we're going to take some really pretty velvet ribbon, tie up a very, very simple bow. Just make sure you're kind of working with it to make sure your pretty velvet is on the top of all the sides of your bow, and then hot glue that right in the center of the greenery, trim off the tails, and like I said, a quick and easy 5-minute DIY Christmas wreath. Now these wood bead strings are from Walmart, $2.48, still a really great buy. It's going to save you time and it's going to save you money having to buy a bunch of bags of wood beads already put together. So we are going to make a really simple Christmas garland. We're going to start by looking up on Google, finding a template. Just look up Christmas tree silhouette, or if you have a Christmas tree cookie cutter, you could use that too. We want each one of our trees to look the same, so if you cut out a template first, we're then going to lay that template onto some white felt, and we're also going to fold our felt in half to make sure we're using the most of our time here, saving us a little time being able to cut out a couple trees at the same time. So I'm just going to trace around the template and then cut those out, several of them, and start attaching them onto our garland. So we're actually going to be using some fishing string to attach the felt onto the garland. That way you don't see anything. Once you tie it on there, it just kind of disappears. You are going to need a little bitty needle and just put that through your fishing string, through your felt, and then create long tails so that you can then just tie each one of the trees onto the garland in between the beads. This is so incredibly simple to make and looks great hanging from your fireplace mantle. You could hang it from your Christmas tree or from a banister. Lots of different places you can use this cute garland. We are going to turn these tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree into the most cute little nativity. You're also going to need some popsicle sticks. We're going to start by gluing 2 popsicle sticks together and cutting them down to about maybe 2 inches long. I'm going to be using my miter shears to do this. I will link these down below for you. Another great item to add to your crafting stash, comes in handy and saves those nice scissors, and it also can cut at different angles, which we're not going to do here today, but it does have that capability. So here you go. You can see our about 2-ish inch piece of popsicle stick cut down. And then, yes, these are even strong enough to cut through your wood Jenga blocks. So I just cut a small little piece, maybe 1/4 of an inch off of one. The other one is full size. Now we're going to add some wood beads onto the top of the Jenga blocks for the heads, which is going to be Mary and Joseph for us. Now we need to dress them up just a little bit more before we put this all together. So Mary is going to get a piece of light blue ribbon. We're going to just glue that right on top of her head, down the sides, and then Dollar Tree actually has some really great decorative jute ribbon stuff. So we're going to use that for a sash for Joseph. And then we are going to glue Mary and Joseph together and then start working on our baby Jesus. So this is going to get a little bitty, tinier, small wood bead for the head at the top. And then we're going to use some Dollar Tree burlap to make the blanket. I think this turned out so incredibly sweet, and you can leave it as is, or I had these cute little wood stars from Dollar Tree. I thought I'm going to add a little piece of wire hot glued onto the back of the star and kind of hot glue it on the back of Mary and Joseph, so it looks like our North Star is kind of hanging out up above them. We're going to make the cutest little melted snowman with the help of one of these wood slices from Dollar Tree. You're just going to need one unless you want to make multiple ones. You totally can. 3 come in these packages, which I can totally appreciate. We're going to start by making the melted snow. So you're going to need some white paint and kind of make a scalloped circle in the middle of the wood slice. Now you'll need a white wood bead. If you can't find a wood bead, you can always paint a bead white. That works too. And then draw your snowman face on there. So eyes, the mouth, and then a orange carrot nose. And we're going to hot glue that off to the side of our circle. I felt like this guy needed a hat, and I had no hats that tiny, but we're gonna make one. I had one of these little pegs, and I thought, you know what, if we flip it to the other side and cut it off, it actually looks a lot like a top hat. So I'll link some of these down below for you, or you can check Hobby Lobby in their woodworking section. They have different pegs there as well. And then I'm just using my handsaw and miter box to cut that down. We're gonna paint it black and glue it onto the top of the snowman's head. It's always a happy day for this crafter in me that walks into Dollar Tree and sees a nice selection of wood beads available. We're also going to grab a ceramic gift tag and put these two things together to make a custom stocking tag. So first things first, we're gonna take some jute, put a needle on it. It's gonna make this so much easier, and start feeding a bunch of your wood beads on there. We're then going to kind of make a loop with them. So take your needle, feed it back through your first bead here to make that circle and loop, and then feed a couple more wood beads onto the bottom of those two tails now, and elongate it. Then take those two tails, put it through the hole in your tag, tie it on tight, cut off any excess, and then I'm going to be using a vinyl decal to customize this, but you can also just take a black paint pen and you can draw on the name or a little message, add whatever kind of design you want onto the front of this tag. Next, we're going to make a decorative angel-themed garland for your tabletop decor. So we're going to start with a bunch of wood beads, and also I have some of these kind of antique-looking bells. So if I can find those online, I will link them down below for you. We're going to use some string, which is also from Dollar Tree, and start stringing up a bunch of these wood beads. So we are going to add our angel wings onto this garland. I actually made this with my X-Tool cutting machine, but I found some similar on Etsy, so I will link those in the description box below for you. So we're going to tie those wings on first and then add a bell at the bottom of that for our angel's dress. Now back to our colored beads from Dollar Tree. I shared this in last week's video that was filled with 25 easy Christmas ornament ideas. So if you missed that, you get to see this one right now. But I will also link that video down in the description box because that would be a great video to head over and watch next. So I have my jute covered wire, also these really cool kind of square letter beads. Those will be linked down below for you. I decided to spell out the word joy and peace. We're gonna dump out our colored beads from Dollar Tree here and make some little miniature beaded wreath ornaments for our Christmas tree. So for this first one, I'm gonna make it all red with those joy letters in between. So we're gonna start by adding 5 red wood beads onto the wired jute, and then we're gonna add our joy letters and then 5 more red beads. Now we're gonna take the tails of our jute, kind of join them together to make that wreath shape, twist that longer tail underneath and back up, and we're gonna use that to kind of twist another loop at the top. That way we can hang this from our Christmas tree. Now I really love using this wire jute to make ornaments because it's a little bit thicker and heftier than just traditional floral wire, and it holds those beads in place so much better. So you can also find this on Amazon, and I'll link that down below for you. Now for the next one, I'm gonna do all white. So since peace is a longer word, I decided to do 4 white beads, then the peace letters, and then 4 more white beads. But honestly, I kind of wish I would have stuck with the 5 beads. I just think it would have made it a little bit longer, but it still turned out super cute. And you can kind of play around with how you want these to look for your tree. I hope these wood bead projects inspired you. Let me know which one was your favorite down in the comments below. Also, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you are new, and I'll have that Christmas ornament video popping up on your screen. Go ahead, click on over. That would be a great one to watch next. Thanks again for watching today, and I will see you in the next one. Have a very happy holiday season.